first image that came to mind was the Valedictory Address of Moshe Rabbeinu, the book that we are studying in this year's Batkol program. But don't worry, I promise not to make this as long as that. Before I applied in Batkol, I was told by my professor, Sister Helen Graham, a Batkol alumna, that this program is composed of a select group. I felt myself privileged to be part of it and to be an alumna of Batkol Institute because I have heard so much about it in the Philippines. So there was a certain pride to qualify as one of its participants. But our first session with Sister Morena awakened me to the great responsibility ahead as the program continued to unfold and questions upon questions kept pouring in. I realized why Sister Morena began the session with a challenge to listen to the inner voice speaking within, to become a prophetic voice, and to be able to stand for what one believes in. It became clearer that the path that we are treading is indeed off the beaten track. Definitely, it is not for the faint-hearted, because it challenges our long-held belief systems and invites us to plunge into the unknown in order to shape the future of our faith, particularly in relation to Judaism and our Jewish brothers and sisters. We were chosen to be participants of this Batkol program, and I believe that our being chosen is not by accident, but it is the Batkol, the daughter of a voice, who called us together to Jerusalem. It's Jerusalem here, but Jerusalem. To pronounce it correct. Jerusalem. Thus, being a Batkol alumna means we belong to a community called together to enflesh the Torah as we seek ways of living harmoniously in shalom with Kol HaNeshama, with all that has breath. We are being invited to respond with one voice. We will hear and we will do. Shema'enu ve'asinu. As challenges arise, whenever we need to stand for our principles and values shaped by our relationship with Batkol Institute, we will continue to find ourselves repeating this commitment over and over and over again in different tones, sometimes with fear and hesitation, especially when the going gets tough, when people question our stance and our perspectives, sometimes with much kavana, intensity and passion, echoing this refrain in a joyful melody, rejoicing in the gift that we have received. As we come to the end of the program, we may find that we are at the threshold of something new. Maybe some of you are planning to have a yeshiva, Julia? Or some may be asking the question, how I can enflesh this in my life, how can I incorporate this in my studies, and all questions of putting it into action or articulating it by the way we live our lives. We have been changed in one way or another. We have been disturbed. We have been confused by what we have heard, challenged and energized. Wherever we find ourselves is a good place to be, because through this, we know that our faith is dynamic and alive. So together we say, Toda Rabba Batkol.
Toda Rabba Batkol.